Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play, where I'm attempting to collect one stack of every single item in Survival Minecraft. So in the last episode I did a few different projects, and it took me a long time to record that. I was working on it for over 3 weeks overall. So in today's episode I just want to do a nice and quick project, and as you can tell by the thumbnail and title, it's going to be a slime farm. So I'm over here in the farming district. So I've got a few different farms here. This is the chorus fruit farm that I worked on in the last episode, and I still need to clear up all of the items over there. So I've marked out the slime chunk here. This is a 16 by 16 area. I've also got a few extra blocks on the side here, and this is so the slimes can fall down into the bottom where they are going to get killed. So there is a few different ways to find out where the slime chunks are, and for me I go to a website called Minecraft Chunk Base. And I'm just going to leave a link down in the description to that website, and I'm also just going to leave in the description the exact details on how I use the website and how I get the chunks. It's going to be easier just to write it down below than try to explain it here. So yeah, if you want to find out how to find the slime chunk, just go down to the description and it should be down there. So now what I've got to do is dig all of this area out all of the way down to bedrock, including the 3 extra blocks on this side and the 3 extra blocks on this side. So it doesn't really matter what side these are on, you could do it on that side and this side, but I've just decided to go for these sides here. So I need to dig all of this area out all of the way down to bedrock. I have got all of my pickaxes here, most of them are fully repaired, and of course I've got the haste 2 beacon as well, so this shouldn't really take too long, and I'm just going to get straight on with this and then I will get on with the rest of the farm. Okay, so now I've got a 16 by 22 hole here, and this goes all of the way down to bedrock, and you can see there is some slime spawning down there, so this is definitely a slime chunk here. So now I've got the hole, I can start building the farm here, and it's actually a very simple farm design. I know there's a lot of designs that use iron golems, but this one uses snow golems instead. So this is most of the materials that I'm going to use here. So this is just for the collection system. Just some lights so other mobs don't spawn in the farm, some magma blocks to kill the slimes, and then I've got some snow golems here, or some snow and some pumpkins to spawn in the snow golems. I'm actually going to need more pumpkins, but I don't have any pumpkin farm at the moment, so I'm just kind of harvesting them here. But yeah, this is pretty much all of the materials I'm going to use, plus a full chest of half slabs, which you can use any half slabs, it doesn't really matter which. I'm just going to use stone bricks. Okay, so if we start building a farm here, you want to come to the side that is 22 blocks long, and you want to come in from one of the corners here and count in by 4 blocks. So that's 4 there, and then on the 5th block you want to place a block. So you can see there's 4 blocks there. Then you just want to come over to the other side and just do the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on the 5th block, place a block. And this doesn't matter which block this is, I'm just going to use stone because I've got a lot of it. And you just want to fill in all of this space, and you want to go all of the way to the wall on the other side. Okay, so once you've done that, it should look just like this. And the next step is to get the rails in here. So if I just come in here quickly, I've already got the unloading systems here. So these are just very simple to build. So this is just a hopper going into a chest with a comparator coming out, and the comparator goes into a solid block here with a redstone torch on top, and that goes into another solid block up there, and then a solid block here with some redstone dust on top, and there's nothing on top of this one. So that's how simple that is to build. So I've got one of these on each side, and there's actually some diamonds up here as well, so I think there's like 3 here. I'll collect these and then we can get on with the rails. So I'm not going to show you exactly how to do these because it's going to be a little bit different for everyone because of the bedrock that's in the way. But if I put some redstone there, this should be enough to power most of this line here up till the end. So I need another bit of redstone just here, and that will power this entire line. And I can put some powered rails there. I'll just use powered rails all the way along, and then some normal rails for the corners. So I can place powered rails there, then I need some more redstone. So like I said, I'm not going to show you exactly how to do this because it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. So I'm just going to do mine here, and then I'll get on with the next step. Okay, so I've done that on both sides now. And if I come over to this side, you can see that I just put the redstone blocks in the middle of the track, and that's enough to power all of the rails to both sides. So if you don't have many redstone blocks, you can do this and you can save a few. But anyway, moving on to the next step here, this is where the magma blocks come in. So you just want to place 3 magma blocks over the top of the rails here, all of the way across to the other side. So I'll quickly do this here. So there's 3 magma blocks over the first 3 sets of rails, and then the last one here should still be open for now. So now you just want to come over to the other side and place 3 magma blocks over the rails again, and this goes all of the way to the other side as well. So the last one here on both sides, you just want to cover it with solid blocks. So I'm just using stone brick for this farm because I've got so much of it, and you actually just want to fill in all of this space here with solid blocks. So you just want to cover the rails over on this side as well, and then join it up in the middle here. So if you've done this right, this should be a 16 by 16 area out of stone bricks, and then I'm just going to fill in all of this with stone bricks as well. So once you've done that, it should look just like this, with the 3 magma blocks at each side, and then a 16 by 16 area in the middle, and this is where the slimes are all going to spawn. So then you can move on to the next step. So you want to come to one of the sides with the magma blocks here, and you want to count in by 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the centre of the farm, these 2 blocks right here. So I'm going to break both of these, and then the 2 blocks above, and then the 2 blocks above them. And then I'm going to make this go back by 1 as well. So now I don't need these blocks here, and I can just break all of these. So now I've got this area here, I can go ahead and put 2 blocks here, and I'm just going to put a block here just so I can jump up. So now I can just spawn in a snow golem behind this little wall here. So once I've spawned him in, I'm going to quickly try and put some blocks above his head, and this is just going to stop him from moving out. So I'm going to put some light sources above his head. You could just put normal solid blocks, but I'm just going to use light sources for this one. And then you're just going to put 2 more solid blocks here, and then you want to break the block at each side, so this one and this one. And then the final thing to do here is to put some half slabs on the underside right here. So this will mean that any slimes that spawn in this half of the slime chunk will see this guy, and they'll try running towards him here, and then they'll just die on the magma blocks. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and copied the exact same thing on the other side here. Now what I'm going to do is just fly up, and I'm going to wait for a slime or 2 to spawn. Then we'll see exactly what happens once they do. Okay, so you can see there's a slime here now, and he's going to go and try and attack this snow golem over here. And the snow golem's going to throw some snowballs, but he's not going to be able to hit the slime. So it'll just stand here on the magma blocks until he dies, and it doesn't take too long. Like the big ones are quite hard to kill, but all of the others die pretty quickly here, as you can see. It's like 2 seconds on there. And then all of the slime balls would get picked up by a minecart hopper, but I've not actually put any down yet. So I'm actually just going to head behind here right now, and I'm going to put a minecart hopper on both sides. So now all of the items are going to get picked up from the magma blocks, and then get brought into these chests right here. So before moving on to the next step, I've just gone ahead and put some sea lanterns in the floor here. And this is just to light the place up so no other mobs can spawn. And you don't have to use sea lanterns, of course. You could use like glowstone. You could use the new shroom lights, I think they're called, from that Nether update. You can also just use torches if you don't have any of them. Just put some torches on top of the blocks. Yeah, you just need to make sure this place is lit up just so no other mobs can spawn. And once you've done that, you're ready to move on to the next step. So what you want to do is count up by 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Then on the 4th block, you want to place a half slab on the top. So that means that mobs can still spawn on top of that half slab. And this is just above here, just in line with this slime chunk. So you just want to make this into a 16 by 16 platform here. And it's just going to be in line with this chunk just below. So this is just going to be another spawning platform directly above this one. So once you've done that, you can just go ahead and light up this platform however you want. So I've just done the same as below with the sea lanterns here. And then you want to come over to one of the sides again with the magma blocks. And you want to just connect this to the wall, just like this. And then you want to be in the centre of the platform again. So I know this is the centre because of this block below. So these are the 2 centre blocks right here. So you just want to do exactly what we did below there. So you don't want to dig these 2 blocks here, but you want to dig the 2 above. And then all the ones above this. And then make it go 1 back as well. So it's a 3 by 2 here. And I'm quickly just going to replace all of these blocks here with normal stone. So once you've got the 3 by 2 here, you can go ahead and put the snow golem in here. So I get the 2 bits of snow, put the pumpkin on his head, some lanterns above his head, and 2 solid blocks here, and then break the block from each side and get the half slabs, and then put the half slabs on the bottom of this like this. So that's one of these done on this side. So I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to copy the exact same thing on this side as well. Okay, so once you've done that, this is pretty much just a concept for the whole farm. So the next step, what you want to do is come over here and count up by 4 blocks again, and put a half slab on the 4th block up on the top side of the block. And you just want to do this all over again, so make a 16 by 16 platform right here that is free away from the sides. So I'm not going to show you how to do it all over again because I've just shown you how to do it here. But you just want to do the exact same, so make the 16 by 16 platform and make sure it's lit up, and then you want to come over to each side, make sure you're up by 1 block, and then put the snow golem in place. And you want to do that on the other side as well. And you actually want to do this another 7 times. So this is the first platform here, or technically there's the ground platform down here, but this is the first one, and then the second one, and overall you want to have 8 of these platforms. And if you've done it right, the top platform should be on Y level 39. I'm just going to go ahead and do all of this off camera, and I'll come back once I've got a finished farm, and we'll just see what kind of rates it produces once it's finished. Okay, so I've finished the farm here, and as you can see there is some slime spawning in, and then they go to attack the snow golems and then fall down there, and they all die on the magma blocks on both sides. And if I come down here onto the top layer, you can see in the top left on my coordinates that I'm on Y level 39. So if you build it just how I built it, your top layer here should be on Y level 39 as well. So I actually did a few tests on this farm. So the first one I stayed AFK for 1 hour, and I stayed AFK right here, so just above the farm. And in 1 hour I got 2,275 slime balls. So that's all of these in here. And then I did another 1 hour test, and this time I got 2,444, but I actually stayed AFK over here instead. So I've got a little bunker over here, and this thing is directly in the centre of the farming district here. So once I've got all of the farms in place in their different places, I should just be able to stay AFK here overnight, and then all of the farms should be running at the same time. But anyway, that's where I stayed AFK for the second 1 hour test, and I actually got more slime balls that time, so 2,444, and that is all of these in here. So it's not much more, but I did get slightly more when I stayed AFK over there. So I did spend a little bit of time lighting up the area around here, as you can see by all of the torches. But I think if I spent a little bit more time lighting up some places over there, and over there, and also if I went down and lit up all of the caves a little bit better, I think I could definitely get better rates, and I should be able to get at least like 2,500 slime balls an hour, probably more than that. But yeah, I just don't really need any more than that. I'm pretty happy with the rates I'm getting. But yeah, this is the finished farm here, and it's pretty good considering how easy it is to build. It only took me about 2 hours to dig this hole down to bedrock, and it took me about 45 minutes to build the actual farm. And you don't really need any resources that are hard to get, so you could probably build this after a couple of days on your Minecraft world. And I don't really know why you'd need any more slime balls than this. So I've got all of these in here, loads down below, and then I've got all of these slime blocks as well, so this is probably more than I'll ever use. And this farm's just going to keep running every time I'm in the area. But anyway, I'm going to start cleaning up some of these items in these chests over here. I've got shulker boxes full of resources in here, and I've actually still got some chests over here from the last episode as well. So I'm just going to start clearing all of this stuff up, and then I'm going to head back to the base. Okay, so back over at the base here, I've realised that in the last few weeks I've been getting quite a lot of new subs to the channel, and there's probably a lot of people that don't really know what I'm attempting to do on this series, so I just thought I'd quickly show it off here. So I built this room a while ago now, and I've got my bedroom over there and just some workstations and stuff on this side. And if I come over here to the centre, you can see that I've got 2 swords on the wall here, and if I put them in a certain position, so they both face to the bottom right, a secret room opens here pretty slowly. And then once I go in here, this is my secret storage room, and in here this is where I'm attempting to collect 1 stack of every single item in survival Minecraft. So as you can see on all of the different chests here, I've labelled what's going inside that chest. So it's kind of like a checklist, and I've tried to collect 1 of each item so I know what item I need to check off in that spot. So as you can see in here, I've got all of the workstations, and there's still quite a lot of these that I've only collected one of, so there's still a lot of work to go in that chest. Then in this chest I've got all of the different variants of the wood, and then all of the rest of them in this chest here. So again, you can see there's still quite a lot of items that I've only got one of, so I still need to get another 63. So for the chests that I fully complete, like the end set here and the ocean set, I light up the lamps at the side of the chest, and that's just to let me know that that chest is complete and I never need to get anything else for that chest again. So if I look inside here, this is fully complete, everything in there is stacked up to 1 stack. So all of these items stack up to 64, apart from the elytra that only stacks up to 1. And then down to the ocean set here, all of these items stack up to 64, and you can see that I've got all of the coral, all of the dead coral, and then all of the prismarine blocks as well. And there is certain items that I don't have any of yet. So if I go over to the food chest here, you can see that I've got most of these items, but there is some pieces of paper in here. So I name a piece of paper after the item that needs to go in that slot there. So this one is rabbit stew, and then there's honeycomb, and then poisonous potatoes as well. So I don't have any of those 3 items, and I need to collect a full stack of each of them. And I've set myself a rule for this series, where once I've put an item in any of these chests here, I can never take that item back out. So if I come over here, I've got my ores chest with some of the more valuable items in, and you can see I've got a full stack of diamond blocks, loads of diamonds there, some ancient debris and netherite, and some iron. But no matter how desperate I am for these items, I can never take them out of this chest. So if I'm desperate for diamonds or iron or whatever, I need to go and find it another way. I can't just come in here and borrow it out of here and then put it back later on. But anyway, there is still quite a long way to go in this series. As you can see, there's still a lot of lights turned off here. I think I've only got 6 turned on. So there's 3 over there, 2 here, and then the music one over here. And these 2 are going to be the hardest to complete. That's why they're at the end of the room on their own. So you've seen in here, I still need to get a full stack of netherite blocks, which is going to take quite a long time. Then over here I've got quite a lot of the items to get, so a conduit, heart of the sea, enchanted apple, the beacon and the nether star. That's going to take quite a while to get. And then wither skulls, creeper heads, zombie heads and skeleton heads. Those shouldn't be too hard to get, but they're still kind of hard to get. And you can see here that I've got the full stack of dragon heads, which I got in the last episode. But anyway, now I'm here, there's a few more items I can check off the checklist because of the slime farm. So of course there's the slime blocks, and I think that goes in the random blocks chest over here. So yeah, I've got 1 slime block in there already, so I can put another 63 in. That's a full stack there. And the next one here is the slime balls, and that goes in this one right here. So I've got 1 in there and put another 63 for a full stack. The next one here is the sticky pistons, so that goes in the redstone chest over here. Again, there's already 1 in there, so I'll just put another 63 in there. So next up is the leads here. Now when I was making this checklist and trying to sort out all of the items, I didn't really know where to put leads, so I just kind of made a random items chest up here. So I've got clay, plant pots, some brick, flint and stuff like that. I didn't really know where to put the leads, so I just put them in this chest with these. And the final item here is actually wither roses. So I spent a long time getting these in the last episode, and then I just completely forgot to check them off the checklist. So I've got them in the plants chest here, and again I've already got 1 in there, so another 63, and that's a full stack of wither roses. So I don't want to end this episode just yet, and as I mentioned a minute ago, I need to collect a stack of netherite blocks, which is going to take a long time to get. It's definitely going to be the biggest grind of the entire series. So I actually want to do a few hours of mining for netherite in each episode, and I actually didn't have time to do it in the previous episode, but I'm going to do some today. So I think I'm just going to get straight into it. I'll head over to the nether. I've got some TNT over there, and I'm just going to spend a couple of hours blowing up the nether, and we'll see how much netherite I can get. Okay, so I used 4 stacks of TNT there, and I managed to get 50 ancient debris overall, and I've gone ahead and smelted this down into netherite scrap. So I think that's pretty good considering I only spent about 45 minutes in the nether there. So I'm going to turn this into ingots here, so I can get 12 overall, and then I'm actually going to create a block here as well. So now if I go in my ender chest and get my valuables out, so I've actually got 4 blocks in here as well, and I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of this in the ender chest, and I'm going to go ahead and put these 5 blocks into the checklist room. So if I come over to the ores chest here, I've already got 1 of the netherite blocks in there, so I can put another 5 in there, and there is still a long way to go. I need another 59 blocks, and then 63 ingots, and then some scrap as well. It's going to take quite a while, but if I make a little bit of progress in each episode, I'm kind of just hoping that it won't take too long, and then I can check off this checklist here and turn the light on. But there's one more thing that I want to do before I end the episode here. So I'm going to go ahead and close this, and I'm going to head back over to the farming area. So the last thing that I want to do in this episode is just show you what I did with the slime farm here. So I just made an entrance, and as you can see it's just a giant slime. And I'm pretty happy with how this turned out because I didn't plan it on a creative world or anything. I just started building here on survival, and this is the first design I built. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. So I wasn't too sure where to put the door. I think it looks a little bit strange here. I was thinking maybe have it on the roof and then you can drop down through the roof. But for now it's just going to stay here. I don't think it looks too bad. And if you head inside, there's a way down to the storage room here. So I come down, and as you can see I've stuck with a similar theme with all of the slime heads here. And then I've got green in the walls. And I tried some grey blocks around here, but I thought the prismarine looked a little bit better. So yeah, this is the design I've gone for down here. So I've already got a load of slime blocks here. This is 39 stacks overall, and that's probably more than I'll use in the entire series. And this thing's just going to keep producing slimes every time I'm in this area around here. So eventually I'm sure I'll fill all of these chests up, and I just don't really know what to do with all that slime. So if anyone's got any ideas, just let me know down in the comments. But anyway, I've got a way out here. It just goes back up to this room, then I can head out. So yeah, that's the slime farm. So if anyone's got any questions about this farm, or you need a little bit of help or anything like that, just let me know down in the comments and I'll reply to all of them. But that is where I'm going to be ending today's episode, so I'll see you all next time.